Hi everybody. I'm going to continue with the webinar that I started a week ago. Okay, and we are going to see the following points. Okay, events, how to create and insert inside pages events, how to link, how to do that a link appear or not appear depending if an event exists or not, how to create enemies and insert these enemies into the pages, the combat system, and some characteristics that have the combat system, that is like initiative, penalty turns, and things like that, and also combat modifications. Okay, and for this we are going to follow the book that I started the other day that I called an adventure. Okay, we can start here, and to start reading story. Sorry. Okay, okay, first of all, events. Imagine that in one page, in what page you want to that an event happen, and depending of if this event have happened before or not, in the future you are going to be able some action. For example, in this case, I am going to read this book that I started. You are a boy that lives in a quiet town. Okay, perfect, safe. And you go to the street, or you go to the kitchen. In this case, in the kitchen you see some apples and cheese, vale? Okay, I think that here we did that. Object that you are lost, object that you win on this page, that you win some apples, and okay, you win this kind of objects that it allows you to recover points of life if you take this, if you consume these objects, this food. Okay, you save. Okay, you go to the street and you see an orc. Okay, and in that case we had two options: to try to get a sword, or to attack the orc. If you try to attack the orc without a sword, sorry, you are going to die. You have to first to get something to kill this orc. Okay, we had that the last week we did that this page is going to be the end of the book, but right now we are going to change this. Okay, you escape from the town. No, you pass to other chapter. Okay, it can be. You can do that here. You go to the next chapter. You escape from the town. Okay, because there is an orc. Okay, you save, and we are going to edit the following chapter. Okay, imagine that you escape from the town. Okay, outside the town. Okay, you run outside the town. Outside the town. You run outside the town. Imagine that here you, for example, you see a house. You see a house. What do you do? Imagine that in the house you are going to meet another person, and this person, you want that in the future, if you have meet this person, he's going to save your life or something like that. Okay, what do you do? Here we are going to do that you have two elections. I enter the home, I enter the house, or I continue. Okay. Okay, in this case, you meet someone. Okay, you enter the house, and you see one man eating something, an apple. It doesn't matter. You say hello and start talking. You became friends, for example. You say bye and go out from the house. Okay, you start talking. Okay, from the house. Okay, perfect. In this case, we are going to do that in this page. the character are going to win some event. Okay, we save, and right now we have to create an event because right now we don't have we haven't created this event. We have to go here to click in this button that is list of events. We click here, and right now you don't have any events. You can create one, clicking here, new event, and you can write, for example, you became friend of a man, for example. Okay, what is that? Become. Okay, save. You save. Okay, we have created this event. To see this event in the list of events, if you double click here, you are going that here you can select winning events and missing events in this case. But right now we don't see these events because we have to refresh this page. We refresh the page, and we can double click here and to see that it has appeared this event. Okay, you are going to win this event. If you save, you see that the color of this node of this page have changed because this indicates to you that this page has an event. Okay, you can do, for example, that you continue walking. Okay, and we are going to join this page with this other page. Okay, and we are going to put I go out, I left the house, and I continue by the road. Okay, perfect. In this page, we are going to, for example, I don't know, to find some orcs. Okay, you find orcs. You find some orcs in the road. On the road. You find some orcs on the road, and yes, on the road. And for example, we can do that if two different pages, depending of if the character has met this man before. Okay, and we are going to do, for example, okay, we click here. Imagine that we want to create two different situations depending if you have met this guy. Okay, you can click here to create two pages. Okay, and the first one will be you start fighting against the orcs. But in this page is going to do okay, you start. We are going to see. You start fighting. How do you fighting against the orcs? Against the orcs. But someone appear and help you. Okay, imagine. Okay, someone appears and helps you. Okay, someone appear and helps you. Okay, in this case, this page is going to be the page where you have met this guy before, but you only can enter to this page if you have this event, because this one is going to help you, but only if you have entered here. For this reason, we are going to edit this link. You attack, but we are going to do that this have an event requirement. Okay, you need to enter into this page to have this friend this friend, to have this friend. Okay, you became friend of a man. Okay, we select this, we save, and the other one you are going to select a forbidden event. You cannot enter to this link if you have become friend of the man. Okay, it's only is to distinguish the two situations. If you have met this man, you can enter to this page. If not, you have to enter to this page. And in this page, you are not going to have help in the battle against the orcs. Okay? For the we are going to edit this. Go to the page. You attack. The text can be the same. It's not a problem. You attack. Okay, we save, and here we start editing. You attack, for example, without any help, for example. and we can write here, you attack the orcs, but they are very strong, for example. Okay, you attack to the orcs, but it's very strong. Okay, in this case, we are going to select that this guy have to battle, that your character has to battle against 2 orcs. For example, this one, these 2 orcs. We can save, and in this case, we are going to do that. Also, you have to fight against 2 orcs. We're going to select 2 orcs, but we can do, for example, some combat modifications. The combat modifications is something that I was going to talk after, but we can edit a simple thing. For example, we can do that because you have help in your attack. You are going to have some modification of your attack that increase in 10 your attack for 4 turns, for example. In this case, you are going to have a very big advantage against the orcs, because if you to have 10 in attack, it's so much. For sure you are going to be able to hit these orcs, okay, for 4 turns. It's quite good. Okay, we can save, and apparently these 2 pages are the same. We can join these 2 pages to the same node, because in fact are very similar, these 2 situations. Well, it's not very similar, because if after this battle, if you have a friend and you are succeed, I suppose that we are going to put some different text, like thank you for helping to me, because it was very difficult to fight against these 2 orcs, and it's better to have your help. But this text is not going to be if this guy hasn't helped you to work against these orcs. But I think we are going to use the same page, because it's going to be useful in order to explain you how in the same page you can write different text depending on if event exists or not. Okay, it's going to be a little bit very quite interesting. Okay, go to the page. You can click here and write, for example, continue. Okay, and the same here. Okay, we save. Okay, in this page, we are going to write. This is maybe a little bit more difficult than usually. Okay, because here you have to use some clues, so some specific text in order to put different text depending of if an event exists or not. Okay, but I think before doing this, we are going to test what we have done, what we have already done. Okay, we are going to test this book. Okay, we go here. We can click return. We're going to click here to start this adventure. Okay, perfect. We can start again. Okay. Okay, this is one character. Okay, we can write here a name, and for example, look, male warrior. Okay, we're going to put a warrior. 4 in agility, constitution 6. Okay, we are going to be more easy. We're going to put these characteristics without doing that. Okay, without putting anything here. And we can check this and save. Okay, we can start now. Okay, we are right now in the first chapter. Okay, if we go here, sorry, I have mistake. If we go here, we go here. We are right now in this one. We are here in home. Okay, as you can see here, home. You are avoid a life in a quiet tone. Okay, we can enter to the kitchen. Go to the kitchen. You get this object, this food. Go to the street and attack the orc. No, try to get a sword, and go to the chapter 2. Okay, we start here. We are here right now. We are here, outside the town in this chapter. Okay, it's a little bit confusing. Outside the town. Perfect. We are here, and we can do 2 different things: enter the house or continue. We are going to enter the home. Okay, you enter the house. You can see that you meet someone. Okay, and you became friend of man. Perfect. We are here, and we have get this event. Okay, as you can see here, You left the house and continue by the road. Okay, you find the orcs. We are here, and as you can see, you have two links, but right now we only see one. Okay, indeed, we only see this. Imagine that we put something where here and save, and we refresh this page. You're going to see that it appears the okay. Okay, and why we can see this event? Because this link have that you need this event, okay, and you have this event, and this one doesn't have event requirement but have a forbidden event, and you cannot have this event to enter to this link. Okay, for this reason you only see one. Okay, we attack. You start fighting against the orcs, you start fighting against it, but someone appears and helps you. Okay, it's your friend. And as you can see, you have here your combat modification. Your attack is 10 more for 4 turns. As you can see here, we have 15 in attack. Okay, it will be very easy to hit these guys, these orcs, I suppose. Yes. Okay, we attack, 7 points of life. We attack again, 3, 0, and this one. Okay, it's very easy. We attack more. Okay, all the monsters have did. Okay, we continue. Okay, in this page it ends the book. Okay, we have not continued reading, but we can restart again, start reading again. Okay, and to test the other one, the other possibility. Okay, Lucas, we can do this and this. Okay, enter here. Okay, and save. And we do the same. Go to the kitchen, take the food, go to the street. You don't attack the orc to try to get a sword. Go to the chapter 2. Enter the house? No. We don't want to enter to the house because we don't have this event in order to see the 2 possibilities. I continue, and right now we have only one event, one link, okay? But this link is not this one, is this one, okay? Because we don't have the previous event, okay? We have not entered to the house and meet this guy. You attack, and right now you don't have combat modifications. You don't have more 10 points in attack, okay? And you have to try to attack these guys without being died, okay? Right now we are not. Well, we can try to kill these orcs. This is an example of you as a writers can give a bonus to your readers depending if they do a clever elections or not. Okay, it's an example. The story is not going to end if you choose an event. In this case, if you choose an incorrect event, it happened an event. It's not necessary to kill your readers. You can only make the things more difficult. For example, in this case, if you don't meet this guy, it's going to be more difficult. Okay, but well, it's one possibility to do this. Okay, we're going to kill this one. Okay, perfect. Okay, if we continue, right now we have this page. But imagine that in this page, that is the same page, depending of these ways, is the same. You are going to be to the same page. Okay, imagine that you want that to write different text depending on if an event has happened or not. You can do this. Writing some interesting, how do you say that? I don't know this word to say this thing. Okay, but the thing is, if you put this and you put evento, this is a Spanish word, I'm sorry, evento, and here you write this and the number of the event. Each event have a number. As you can see here, the identification of this event is this one. If you copy this or memorize this, 3593, and you go there, 3593, okay? Here you can write some text that it's going to happen if you have this event. For example, you can write some text, and at the end you have to write this. If you write this text is only to appear if you have this event. Okay. Imagine that you want to write the text if you don't have this event. If you don't have this event, what you can do is to write no evento and this one. Almost the same, but with the word no. Okay? You can copy and paste and write no evento. Okay? And imagine, if you have this event, it means that someone has helped you to fight against the monsters. Okay, perfect. We can write, for example, you with the help of your friend beat the monsters. And for example, we can write thank you very much for your help. It will be very difficult to kill these orcs without your sword, for example. Okay. You are welcome. This guy answer. You are welcome. Have a good day, for example. Bye, for example. Okay, it's only an example. This text is going to appear only if you have this event. Perfect. Imagine that you don't have this event. You can write text and for example, you kill the orcs with very difficulty. Okay, for example. Yeah, that's all. Perfect. Okay, with a very difficulty. With very, how do you say this in English? I don't know. Okay, the thing is, this text it's only appear if you don't have this event, and this text is going to appear only if you have this event. Okay, it will be very difficult. Okay, perfect. We can save. We can change this text. I don't know. Get some weapons. Okay, you get some weapons. And we are going to do that after this text. You inspect the orcs and find some coins and weapons. Okay, in this case we are going to do that in this page. You earn something. In this case, object that you win. In this page we can do that. For example, you earn for example this one, okay, and this one, and also some coins. And we can go here, more options, money that you earn, for example 14. Okay, you can save. Okay, and the color of this node has changed because you have earned some objects. If you earn some objects, you can see that the change of the node of this page changes. Okay, if we refresh this, we can see this quite interesting thing. You kill the orcs with very difficulty, and also you inspect the orcs and find some coins and weapons. So you go here and we inspect this. We can see that this text doesn't appear. It only appears this because you don't have this event. Okay, and also it appears here this thing because it is not surrounded by any kind of text like that. Okay, this is the manner as you can do to guide the reader to different pages depending on the events, and to show different text depending of the event. Okay, I think it's quite useful, it's quite interesting, and many interactive books needs to have this thing in order to change the situations and to change the text. Okay. Next thing. Okay, we can get this save. Okay, perfect. I'm going to see what is the following thing. Create enemies and insert them into the pages. Okay, it's very easy to create enemies in this platform. Okay, you can go here and you can see that it appears list of monsters. If you click here, you're going to see that by default you have some different predefined monsters, but you can create here all the monsters that you want. Okay, you can, for example, we are going to create I don't know, a dragon, for example. Imagine a dragon. A dragon. It's a very so difficult monster. Maybe dragon. Okay, dragon. If you kill a dragon, you are going to have 1,000 experience. It is a dragon is very strong. There is 300 life points. The attack. Okay, right now I'm going to define some different characteristic of the combat skills that have this dragon. We're going to explain more or less next what means each thing. Okay, but in this case, well, this is the premium options. We are not going to explain because it will be very difficult to explain this right now and very long. But right now, attack. What is the attack? The attack is the possibility that you have to hit an enemy. You don't know the damage that you do to this enemy, but the possibility that the power that you have to hit the enemy, only to hit. It doesn't mean if you are going to hurt very very much or not to this enemy. But if you get a hit, if you are able to hit it, if you increase this number, you are going to be more able to do that. Okay, the max damage, it's the maximum damage that you do to your enemy. Okay, in this case, the enemy to you, the max damage. It means that this means the number of points of life that is going to quit from your points of life. If you don't get any, if you finally lost all your life points, you are going to die. Okay, in this case we can put, for example, that if it's a dragon makes a lot of, for example, attack. Maybe it will be. I think it's not a good example. A dragon. Maybe we are going to change to an orc. Okay. Experience, an arc, it's not very difficult. Enemy, points of life, maybe 20. Attack, we can do that. It's not very strong. For example, in this case, 3. Maximum damage 4. Minimum damage 2. Okay, the damage that it's going to do to you, it's between 2 and 4 in this case. The defense is if something that subtract your attack. Okay, it's the ability that have these monsters to try to escape from your attack. In this case, we can do, for example, that it's very stupid orc, and only we are going to put at 0. The absorption is if someone are able to hit you, and it's going to hurt you with 3 points of life. If you have an absorption, for example, of 1, it's going to be only 2, not 3. Okay, you can subtract 1. The absorption that the character of the monster have to the damage that you do to them. Okay, in this case, absorption can be, for example, 1, 0, because an orc doesn't have, maybe have an armor, for example, and things like that it stops a little bit if you are able to hit them. An image, you click here, you can select different images, you can upload images, and also you can see here the images that you already have uploaded to this platform. But right now we are going to do this, to click here to select a file. If you go to desktop, and for example we can get one of, like right now there is any monster, but imagine that you want to upload this image, okay? And you save, this image has uploaded, and you can see here this image. But in this case, it's more usual it have more sense if you select this image. And we can click here to save, and you can see that this image appear here. We can save, and right now you can enter this orc. Imagine that we want to change the orcs that appear here, and we are going to put that monsters. You can click here and to change this monster. Well, right now it doesn't appear the new monster that we have created. You have to refresh again. We refresh, and we double click here, and we can change. We click here, monsters to face against, and you can see right now that there is this monster. We click here. Okay, right now you have this monster. We save, and also we are going to change this monster. We click here, and we double click here to select 2 monsters. we can save. Perfect. We have created monsters. We are going how the combat runs. If we save and we restart, where is this the adventure? Here. If we restart this game, we click in here in character sheet, and we can click here, start ready game. Okay, and we start another game. We can write a name to put something here and here and here. Okay, we click here, we save. Okay, you go to the kitchen, you get this food, you go to the street, you go to try to go sword, you go to chapter 2, you enter the homes, you left the home and continue, and okay, you attack. Okay, perfect. We are here. I don't know what it doesn't appear the images of this. Okay, it appears right now. Okay, the thing is, if you attack, okay, the combat system. We are in this point. We have create enemies and inserted in the pages, and right now we are going to talk about the combat system. Okay, in this case, this character, your character, have 15 in attack. Why? It has 15 in attack. You have to plus different things. First of all, you go to the character sheet. You are going to see that you have a 10 in strength. 10 points. It means that you are going to have 10 divided by 2, 5. 5 in attack. Okay? 5 in attack. Also, you have to plus you have to add, if you have some weapon, in this case you don't have any weapon, and this weapon have some attack, you will have to add this number, the number of your weapon. But right now you don't have anything more. And you also have a combat modification. In this case is 10 for 4 turns. In this case you have to plus 5 of your strength, plus 10 is your attack. Also you can plus 2 if you change your attitude to an offensive attitude. It doesn't change here, but when you click here it changes indeed. Okay, it changed indeed. You are not going to see here, but when you click here to the sword, you're going here that the numbers appears that you have 17 points in attack. Okay, but if you click here and you click that to add 2 in attack, you are going to have minus 2 in your defense. In this case, if you have 2, you are going to have 1 in defense. Okay. Usually, if you combat against 2 enemies, it's not very clever to put an offensive attitude, because it's more easy for them to attack to you, and they are 2, and they attack 2 times. And for this reason, you are going to increase. If you put 2 in attitude, an offensive attitude, you're going to increase your attack, but it's only 1 turn of attack. But they have 2 turns to attack you, and it's better to have more defense. Okay. But imagine that you click here, an offensive attitude, and you attack. In this case, if we go there, you can see that your attack has become 21. Why 21? Okay, 17 plus 4. Okay, 4 is your roll die. Is the die that you have rolled. You have got a 4, and you have to plus to add 4 to 17. And in this case is 21. The first orc, you attack to this one, okay, this one. If you select the other one, you're going to attack this, but in this case you attack this orc. In the case of this orc, they only have 0 in defense, as you can see here. It doesn't have defense, 0, and he has rolled a die and has got 5. The total is 5. In this case, 21 is more than 5. And for this reason, you are able to hit this guy. And the damage that you do to this guy is, in this case, you have 5 in damage. 5 to 5. But this orc have 1 of absorption. For this reason, you have 4 in total damage that you do to this orc. As you can see, this one have 20, and this one have 16. Okay, for this reason, you have hurt with 4 points of life. Okay, the other one. Also, when you have attack to these orcs, also they have attack to you. The first one, in this case, suppose this one, he has 3 in attack, as you can see here, 3. Okay, and he has to roll a die and get 1, this one, and the total is 4. And you have 1 of defense. You can see here that you have 3, but as I said previously, if you put here 2 to have an offensive attitude, you are going to have -2 modification in your defense. And for this reason, you only have 1 in defense. No, defense 10, 1 in defense. Wait, this one. Sorry, it's this one in defense. You have 1. Okay, the orc have 3. Sorry, the orc has 3 in attack, and he has rolled a die and has 1, and the total is 4. And you have 1 in defense, but you have rolled a die and you have got 10. For this reason, you have got in total defense 11, and for this reason, it's a failure. Okay, because the defense is more than the attack. And this orc has rolled a die and got 7. The total is 10, and you roll a die. You got 8, and the total is 9. And for this reason, this orc has hurt you, an impact. Okay, and the damage that this orc is going to do to you, or this one, is between 2 and 4. In this case, it's a random number. In this case, this orc got a 4. And for this reason, this orc has hurt you with 4 points of life. As you can see, you have 36, sorry. But the total that you were able to have is 40. Okay? Well, in this case, it has not changed here, but the total is 40. Okay? Okay, this is more or less how a combat runs. Okay? And I explained it to you. Okay, initiative, penalty turns. Okay, I have explained you already that there is something called combat modifications. If you go to where we are, you see an org. This is the chapter 1. Sorry, what is the chapter 2? Okay, chapter 2. Okay, chapter 2. Okay. Combat modifications. We have talked before about combat modifications. We are going to see these ones. Okay. If you click here, you have so many options. Okay. And first of all, it's enemy's initiative. Okay. Mark only if on this page the enemies attack you and they take the initiative of the attack. It means that the orcs, if you click here, for example, well, in this case, it doesn't have sense because you start fighting against the orcs, but someone appears and helps you. Okay. In this case, it doesn't have sense that the orcs have the initiative. Okay. But I didn't save. Sorry. Okay. But if you double key here, it has sense. For example, that the orcs surprise you. If you click here, combat modifications. If you click here, the enemies, the orcs, are going the first to attack to you. And maybe you think, why this is important? This is important because sometimes if you and the orcs are more or less the same strength and both of them have a very little points of life, if you are first to attack the orc and you kill him, he is not going to be able to attack to you. And maybe this is the difference between life or die, okay? And for this reason, it's quite interesting. Also because if you're not going to die, but he's able to attack first to you, maybe he's going to hurt you before dying, okay? And for this reason, it's quite interesting. And you can, depending of the elections of the characters, maybe you can do that some monsters surprise the character and attack first him and things like that. Okay, it's quite interesting. I think in this sense, if you are a writer and you want that the book have some sense, I think the combats, depending, and the election of your readers means something and implies more danger and more difficulty to the battles. It's quite interesting to have this option. Okay, the range. We have not talked about the range attacks. Okay. If the character have have a bow, for example, or have a pistol or some weapon that allows them to attack the monsters in a range mode, you can define here that the enemies are going to be in some distance. Only the main character, are able to attack in range, okay? To attack from distance. The orcs, the enemies, you cannot right now. Maybe in the future we are going some improvements to allow this. But right now the enemies are not allowed to attack in some distance. But if you want that in a pace, the character is able to attack in a distance, for example, because your character is on a tree or in a distance, find some monsters in a long distance, and it has sense that your character start hitting the enemies in a distance because he has a bow, for example. Maybe you can put here, for example, that the enemies are in 3 turns of distance. Okay, in this case, it doesn't have sense because the character don't have a bow and will be not able to do that, to attack in a range mode. Okay. Penalty attack turns. Imagine, in this case it's quite interesting also. In my books I use this thing very much because it's very useful. It's very useful, for example, you surprise a monster and the monster, for example, is sleeping, for example, or you are sleeping and someone attack you, and it has sense that you are not going to be able to attack the enemy until some turns, okay, and the enemy is going to be able to attack to you for 3 turns, for example, before you being able to attack them. Okay, you can set this in here. For example, lost turns attack a monster. For example, imagine that you surprise monsters and you are able to attack them 2 times. You can click here and put the number 2, and the monster are not going to attack you for 2 turns. Okay, the same here. If you want that your character lost some turns, I could done an example, but I think it's very easy to prove and to do that, okay? And penalty in attack and defense. Okay, also, as we have said previously, you can set some penalties in attack or in defense. Penalties or bonus in attack, okay? Depending. If you put here a -2, for example, or -3, the character has going to have -3 in attack for, you have to put here 12 turns or the number you want of turns, okay? You have to set the 2 fields, not only 1. It doesn't have sense because if you put here that it has 5 in attack, but if you leave this with 0, this bonification is only in 0 turns, and for this reason it is not going to appear, okay? For this reason, you have to check and to fill the 2 fields. Okay, you are able to modify the attack, the defense, the damage that you do to the enemies. Okay, or to decrease. Imagine that you are in a page that your character fight against a wizard, okay, or a witch, and this wizard in the beginning of the attack makes a spell, and your character are more weak, for example. You can put here that the damage of the character is -4, for example. It could be possible. You can do this -4 in 3 turns, for example. Okay, you can set this. Okay, absorption is I explained before what is absorption. Also, you can modify the character absorption, and also you can modify the parameters in the enemies. Okay. The enemy's attack, the enemy's defense, the enemy's damage, and also the damage absorption. Okay, I think that we have finished all the points that we wanted to talk about. I'm going to see one moment. We have talked about all the things, and if you have any questions, you can ask me what you need. I have finished the explanation. Do you have Any questions? I have finished it. Sorry. Fantastic system. Thank you. I love to listen this. When do you have in mind to make directs in Spanish? Javier, yes. This week I didn't do Lois. Okay, Javier, I'm going to answer Javier Inista. When do you have in mind to make directs in Spanish? When? Well, I have done for 6 weeks, I think, or 5 directs in Spanish, but I ended all the things, and this week I didn't have in mind more things to explain you, and I have thought about to maybe separate the directs, okay? But if you have some ideas about some things that you want that I explained in Spanish, I can do some in Saturdays or maybe in Sundays. On Saturdays, right now I am more occupied in the afternoons, okay? And Gavin Jerome says it really looks like you thought of everything. Yes, Gavin, I have thought so much because this platform, I created this platform 2 years ago, and I have been listening a lot the things that the people that started to use this platform said to me, and I have put a lots of options and things to set your book, and I have very ideas. A lot of suggestions of people that have said me to do different things, and I have plans to do this more big. So I think for example, the other day someone told me about, well, many times have said me different people that be able to, for example, to fight with many characters at the same time. For example, imagine that you find some friend, and this friend is going to be with you in the combats, for example, and in all the story, to be able to attack with 2 characters, not only with 1. For example, this is an idea that I would like to do, and I think I am thinking technically, in the technical way, how to do this, and I think it's not very difficult. It's going to be changed. I will have to be change something in the program, but it's possible to do this, okay? But I have a lot of ideas, but I have to go step by step. But right now what I am doing, because I am only alone doing this project, what I am doing is to create a new reading platform, okay? Indeed, I have uploaded a new video this afternoon about showing you how it runs and what are going to be the changes that I have done. Okay, it's quite interesting. Okay, I'm going to continue reading. Jeremy, English is fine. Okay, but I am from USA, and I would love to help you to translate the videos and tutorials into English if you would like. I will. Well, it will be quite interesting. If you think sincerely that it's better to have a native speaking, we can talk. Okay, very impressive system that should do very well in USA. I would love many people in USA to use this platform. It's a pity because right now I didn't create many tutorials, but I am planning to sit here one day and to start explaining. Well, I am doing right now, doing these online webinars, but I am planning to do this in a full day and creating a specific video for each thing. And I think this video is quite good because you can see events that it is very important. I have explained it in very detailed way, all the events, how it runs, but there are a lot of things to explain, I think. But I am going to do this, but all the help, it's quite good. We can talk. If you send me, you can talk. If you send me a message, we can talk. Okay. Very impressive system. Okay. Javier Iniesta, I didn't say it because I don't like directs in English. I didn't say it because I don't like directs in English. I don't understand what you say, Javier. I didn't say it because... Yo no lo hubiera dicho, ¿no? Okay, en fin. When you code... Okay, Javier Jerónimo said, when you code the if statement into the text editor, is there double brackets as... I can understand what you are saying. When you code the if statement into the text editor, is there double brackets as in yes? But without the... You cannot put one thing. I can see I am going to copy what you put in your message. You have some detail. You have copied this. You have write this with spaces. You cannot use spaces. And also, you have to put this one and to quit this space. It's very important. It's very important to do this. Okay, it's not. It's quite important because what I see in the chat is with space here and it's incorrect, and with space here and also it's incorrect. This is like when I have programmed that the text showed the program. What the program do is to find this clue. I think that usually this clue is not. It's the worst manner to do the things. Okay, I'm going to explain one thing more that also I think it's quite interesting. I don't know if I explained before. Imagine that you want. So usually the better way to do this, to be more easy for the people, it's to use things like that. Imagine that you want to put a text that only is going to show if the character is male. You can write, for example, you are a boy. But if the character is a girl, you will put you are a girl. Okay? You can do that only appears boy if you click here and click boy. I don't know if I explained it before. And a girl if you click here and click girl. Also, imagine that the profession of your character is a warrior. You are a warrior, for example. Okay, this text, it only have sense to appear if the character is a warrior, okay? You will select this and choose warrior. Okay, what I want to say to showing you this is that I don't like this system. So it's better to use this system, in my opinion, okay? But in this case was very difficult because if I have to create one of these things for each event, the books can have 100 events, okay? And it's very difficult. It's very weird for me to put here 11 things and with different colors, and I don't like this. I prefer this in this case. Okay, when you code this if then okay, when you hard code it, I don't know what you mean, Gavin, with when you hard code this. It's difficult. Well, it's difficult. There is a lot of things to take in, to think about. Okay. Okay. Do you have any question more? More questions? Excellent answer. Spacing is important in some coding languages. Yes, but in this case, the program will find exactly this thing. Exactly this thing. It's very important. Okay. Spacing is in some coding language. Okay, perfect. Any questions? Maybe in the future. In the future, I have to put different things. Maybe event. No, it's evento. Sorry. This is a mistake. There is a mistake. Evento. Sorry. Insert this. Okay, this is like that. In the future, I think that I have to change this to event, not evento. There is another thing that I don't know if I explained it before, but I am going to explain you to right now. If you put this, we are going to explain in the following webinars. But if you put this text is going to change to the name of the main character. This is very important because sometimes your name is tal. Okay, for example, in this typical situation, or maybe, for example, if someone want to talk with you, hi, name You can put this. Bueno, name no, nombre. Right now it's nombre. I don't think it's if name runs. I think no. I don't know if I created also that the clue name. Okay. More questions? I think I don't have more questions. Perfect. Got it. Okay. Perfect. Thank you for coming here to listen this this webinar. The next Sunday, for sure, I'm going to continue with this webinar in English. And I don't know if it is the next Saturday I'm going to do in Spanish, but also if you have suggestions, you can write email for me. And also, I want to, the doubts that you sometimes send me to the email, okay, the email, it's I'm going to write in this chat, okay, bookgame.me at gmail.me, okay, .com, okay, this is my email. All the questions that you have, I am thinking about to creating a specific video to explain everything that you ask me. I mean, if there is something that it's useful to create if it's useful to create a video to do that. For example, last week, someone asked me this question about the events, okay, and I answered with a video in YouTube, okay, in Spanish. It was in Spanish, but in English, I will be very glad to answer also English questions, okay. En fin, see you. Thank you to assist to this webinar, and we next week. Bye.